Here we go.
Good morning, everyone. Coming to you with a not random, but abnormal Sunday morning stream. Day
Technical
one of the
difficulties. Technical
yeah,
difficulties.
that's on my end. I apologize. We miss Zach. I miss Zach. Zach does the technical side, and so when I have to do it, then we struggle and we're 11 minutes late. That's on me. But day one of the MLB draft is in the books. Day two is today. And Paul, there's a lot to talk about as far as LSU implications.
Oh, you mean other players saying "let's go" and saying "oh, Roomy, Roomy"? It's a lot of stuff
Yeah,
to
I
talk
saw that.
about.
A lot. There's a lot. LSU had three players drafted yesterday, the three that we would have expected to go first, the first three of anyone. That being Derek Curry at 5 to the Pirates, Jake Brown at 65, I
65.
believe. 65, I believe,
65.
to the Mariners, and then Devin Sheeran at 128 to the Phillies. Uh, I that's what Stan was talking about. I just realized that. Stan commented on something on Twitter yesterday, something about Sheeran, and said he said I called it, and I was like, I went back and listened back, and I was kind of like, I said that at first I said maybe fifth or sixth round. I was like, that's probably low. Like I'll be a little bit earlier. I forgot that Zach did ask what type of team, and I said I hated to say it, but the Phillies, like the attitude of like the Phillies. That's what he was talking about. That just clicked for me. So yeah, the Devin Sheeran to the Phillies, and then we had three signees get drafted. The two pitchers that you really never thought you were getting, even though there was kind of some word out there the last few weeks with Logan Schmidt, Jensen Hirschkorn, and then the outfielder. I am blanking on his name right now because I forgot to pull it up.
Oh, I have it.
I was trying to. I am. It was a guy. It was another guy that we didn't even really like consider a whole lot because it didn't seem like there was any chance of him getting to campus. I got it right here. I'm getting to it. I just pulled up. Wesley Robertson was
Yes.
drafted by the Marlins in the fourth round. Yeah, you want to start with the LSU guys? I think it's fair to start with our guys that have given us a couple of good years on campus.
100%. And it's funny. I was watching. I was at Target on my way to your house yesterday, and I was watching the draft, getting ready, and I saw the post by LSU about pre-draft, vibes or whatever I think they called it or whatever. And I was like, this seems odd. So I pulled up the draft and I'm watching and I'm like, there's no way Derek goes 5. I just really didn't believe he'd go below. I thought maybe he'd creep up to 10.
Yeah,
So Derek just kind of poo-pooed all of our thoughts of, hey, come back and be a top 10 pick,
you're
man.
right,
As long as you just go make
they,
6.8 mil tomorrow, you know what I mean?
dude. The Pirates said like we're good with the question of power right now. Like we'll take them as is. We're good, which
Yeah.
they
And
should.
yeah, it worked out with kind of Griffin. Maybe we should go trade for Dylan Cruz, and then we'll have a whole package of Skeens, Cruz, Griffin, Curiel to the Braves. That's what I'm kind of hoping happens because they just kind of that's the Pittsburgh Steelers, not Pittsburgh Steelers, the Pittsburgh Pirates thing to do.
Yeah,
Jake Brown goes to 65. Roundabout, everybody thought he would probably end up if he were not to come back to school. Just not speak about other things, but congratulations, going to join Cade Anderson. I'm guessing
mm-hmm.
he may play with Cade for a month next year, and then Cade's going to say, "Hey, I'll see you up in Seattle," and boom.
Yeah,
So Jake will be up in Arkansas with the Travelers here shortly. And then Devin Sheeran, who I said be the first real reliever off the board. If you did you listen to that part of the draft at all?
no, I didn't. I did not. I was curious to
They
hear
the
what they
way
said about him.
it's hilarious. Like they kind of like sneak dissed him. They were like, "Don't you think his delivery worries you?" And they're talking about making him into a starter. I'm like, if I'm a major league ball club, I don't make Devin Shearer a starter.
No,
I put him,
no.
I set him up to become a closer, and that's it. It's just like I want that fire at the closer position. But congratulations to all the former Tigers, not former Tigers, Tigers for life. Congratulations to them. Got your bag, got your money. Now we're going to see what Tigers join today.
Yeah, I agree with you real quick. When I was writing about Sheeran last night, I said the same thing. I was like, he screams like dominant bullpen arm in the MLB because he's a matchup nightmare for right-handed hitters with the way his delivery is, the way he steps across, and like, yeah, there's more projectability in him. He only had 107 innings pitched in 3 years in college because he missed a whole year. Only threw it was 30 something innings last year, 37.2, I think. But with that fastball slider combination, I mean, when it's working, and he throws strikes too. He threw 66% strikes last year, and that's what made him so good. Yeah, maybe he can add another pitch. I don't like a power pitcher like that. Not to say it can't happen, but like, I don't know. Like Devin Sheeran doesn't seem like a changeup pitcher to me. I don't know about you.
No,
like it just
he is all gas, no brakes. That's
right.
like that's why I put you're going to get a guy with an immense amount of talent. And when I said a lot of heart, I meant what someone else said in my comment section: a maniac. You're going to get an absolute psycho, which you want in that role with the best of psychos, like no Jeffrey Dahmer, just straight up like CEO style psycho.
Yeah, that's what I wrote too. I said when he's pitching, he's trying to throw the ball through the catcher. Like he's trying to put, it's like a cartoon. He's trying to put a hole in Omar Cerno or Kate Arambidi's chest right through him.
The comp I have for him, I can't remember his name right now, and it's probably because my mind isn't fully cranking yet. I have no Celsiuses or Red Bulls at my house, so it's like slow, and I don't like taste of coffee. The closer for the Braves during the World Series run, played for the Red Sox. I can't remember his name off the top of my dang head.
In 21?
Yeah, I think he was the closer for the Braves in 21 when they won the World Series.
Will Smith was the closer when they won the World Series. You thinking Craig Kimbrell?
Yes, Kimbrell.
Yeah.
Kimbrell. I think Kimbrell when I see Devin Sheeran, just without like the pause, which goes to say he doesn't bring up the pause.
He's gonna be filthy, man. That's like, and what people don't realize too is for a guy that never he might have started at Mount St. Mary's, but like for big time, like his last 2 years, didn't start a single game on the mound and just got drafted in the 4th round. That speaks to the level. Like this is what we're like. That's why we think, we're going to talk about some of the guys we think you may get today. Like pitching wise, or who's left on the board, like a Cooper Sides. Like there's Naraki is the perfect example. That's why he's 5'11". He doesn't profile as a starter, and that's why he was pushing out of like the top few rounds, because no matter how good you are, if they don't think you're a starter, like they're not going to take you high. That's why Naraki is going to college. But you just do not see primary relievers get drafted as early as the 4th round. That just shout out Devin Sheeran, man.
When you're 6'3", 250, pumping 97, 98, and cussing out an umpire, they go, yeah. Angel Hernandez ain't around, so he won't get tosses or anything.
No. The Phillies were like, that'll play in Citizens Bank Park with the crazy Phillies fan. I know.
I had to post it. I was like, as a Braves fan, this hurts. This hurts.
It did. I'm gonna pull up I can't. I'm sorry. I'm used to be able to pull up comments. I was gonna pull up a few and say good morning.
I got him. All right. Mr. Robbie Plaisance. Kaylee, how you doing, sweetie? Happy to see you awake before noon. That's my niece. Who y'all think will be the first Tiger to make the majors of this year's team that gets drafted? I think it's Sheeran. Maybe because I don't think Gurriel runs that fast up. I think they kind of let his power develop a little more.
And he's young too, so they can like take their time.
It may be a situation where they kind of, I don't know, the way he was playing towards the end of the season when he was finally driving balls backside, it kind of had everything in sync. It may just work out.
Yeah. I mean, that's like also, it's like Jake, it's going to be tough. Like the Mariners are pretty deep, so it's going to take him a little bit, and maybe same thing with Curry. I think if you just look in, and it's not like he's the most I think the best way to answer that question, when he's asking the first Tiger, like the quickest, I think it's Sheeran. I agree with you. I agree with Robbie. Because I do think it'll take a little bit longer for the other two.
It's going to take at least 1 year longer than anybody projects. Anyways, he started in the bullpen at the beginning of the season at Mount St. Mary's, but was starting at the end.
Yeah, it was like 73 innings, right around 70 innings when I was doing it last night. So just about double what he had at LSU. But yeah, I mean, 37 innings over the last 2 seasons, and he just got drafted in the 4th round.
Fresh arm.
Yes.
That arm,
yes.
that's a certified brand used car right there. 500 miles, ready to rock.
Yes. Yep.
So, David, I have a question for you.
What's that?
So, since we talked about the Tigers we're losing, how about we talk about the Tigers we're getting? We're for sure getting.
All right. I'm excited about that. We found out last night. Yep. Colton Brady announces that he is coming to campus. He was a guy that was kind of like a late riser as far as like draft circuits, or not circuits, but draft talks and all that. He's young. He's 17 years old. He doesn't turn 18 until the fall. Throws low 90s fastball, but he's got like a legit 3-pitch mix. He's just again, the word you're going to hear at this time every year is projectability.
Pitchability, projectability. Let's rock.
Yeah. So he's got it. He's got both of those things. I was told that LSU was very, very, very high on him. I think when I was looking at it last night, he was as high as 71, I think, through The Athletic for draft prospects. ESPN had him somewhere around like 138. And then most other places had him like between like 173 and 183, I think it was, which put him around like that 4th, round range. But that's a guy that's like, you're young now, just go to school and just maybe become a 1st, 2nd rounder in a couple of years. Like they're very excited about him. He drops that announcement, and one of the most no, I don't mean to shoo off Brady's announcement, but one of the most important aspects of that announcement is who was in the comments. Who do we see there?
Oh, go ahead. You're cooking. You're good.
Okay. It was Mr. Dominic Santarelli, who's been hot topic of conversation the last few weeks since he went to the combine and just showed out. Not that everyone didn't know he was good before that. That's when the whole world was introduced to him. Mr. Dominic Santarelli drops a comment on it and says LFG. We're not going to say what LFG stands for on this show, but I think everyone knows. Why would Mr. Santarelli be so excited about Colton Brady?
Let's freaking go. That's what I'm going to say, right? Let's freaking go.
But I mean, would he be that excited? Maybe he is just happy for him. I don't know. Like that doesn't necessarily, like that comment does not mean that Santarelli is 100% going to pass on the draft today and become a Tiger. But it's something to note.
I'm trying to do something like, all right, hide this. So right here, the ticker covered it up. Right here at the bottom, Dominic Santarelli, LFG. And then lower in the comment section, I didn't end up taking a screenshot of it last night, but you had another player, I think. I'll just pull it up real quick. Another player saying Rumi, and it was kind of like one of those things where it's like
Luke Tucker.
Luke Tucker, who was another guy everybody thought about. Not some people were speculating not coming to campus. So, yeah. And speaking of Dominic Santarelli, last night after the draft, I'm feeding for some more coverage. I'm trying to get other ideas on, how the draft's going to fall out. So I'll go to Baseball America. I ended up asking a question on our live stream, but they were kind enough to answer. I said, how did Dominic Santarelli fall out of the first 4 rounds? And out of their mouth, it was, oh, he was never a first 4-round prospect. He was a French guy. I went, I look at this every day. You may not have been on your little area, but for a lot of other services, he was a top 4-round, top 3-round guy. I've seen him in the first 2 rounds on some draft prospects. So Dominic Santorelli kind of tipping his cap and saying, let's go. I think you're right. He could be just excited for the kid, but
dude, if they get Dominic Santorelli, like shout out our friend Jason Armstrong. He did a live stream last night and he was talking about it. This is what he said about him the whole time. He's like, look, I would be ecstatic to have him in purple and gold, but that kid does not belong in college, which is basically what people said about Dylan Cruz, about Derek Ariel. Like they're that good that they don't really need to be in college. But hey, yeah, he's got a spot if he wants it. Duke and Rake would be a lot of fun. I was told that he has 70 power. For those that don't know, that's the 80-20 MLB scale. 80's the max.
80's the max.
And I mean, it's like, I don't know how many players you think would be ranked with 80 power right now. Like, it's not many that actually have 80 power.
Y'all know much like glazed Jake Brown. He doesn't have 70 power. He's probably graded out at maybe 55, 60 at the high range. Yeah. Dominic Santorelli as a child. Remember, these are all still children, by the way. We talked about this, but as a toddler is hitting 70 power.
It's absurd. It's absurd. 70 power, and so I don't know what I wish there was a way to see, but 70 power may have been what Bear would have ranked that by the time he was done his LSU career. I don't know if Bear had 70 coming to LSU. I just don't.
I think leaving LSU, he may have been 60 to 65. I'm sure Robbie has all of that written down somewhere.
Probably
I'm sure
does.
He'll tell us in the comments.
Probably so. Please do if you know Robbie. But the point is that like he may already have more power graded than Bear when he left. If not at the very least, like about that, like it even, I mean, we know what Bear could do. And then he's also more athletic. Like, no disrespect to Bear. Bear's one of the most athletic 6'5", 250-pound first baseman. Like, he was moving around out there. But Santorelli is an athlete. I think he plays, like, he's listed as outfield. I don't know if he plays outfield, in college baseball or even professional baseball. But the dude's massive and 6'2", 230 coming out of high school.
I was going to look up his size. And because I hear Dominic Santorelli, he has 70 power grade. And me and you, we don't talk about this, but you know where my mind goes. When I see a 70 power grade with a guy at the plate, what am I thinking of the whole time? Save his legs. Save his legs. So where do I stick him? The shortest amount of running on the field. Get to that bag with the green next to it and stand on it. Get good with a first baseman's mitt and have some fun. And you have a guy next year coming in at first base who Jason Armstrong says is the next coming of Trey Morgan.
Yeah.
I'm going to give a little heads up to everybody in the watching later. Thank you. Follow, subscribe to Walk It Off and Go Deep Dive. Go follow all the socials. I wish I had time. I'd have put all of our socials in here. They will be in the description later. Jay Johnson, I promise you, David knows where I live, and I make it a point to drive past Alec Box every time I go home because that place is like my, cathedral. I love that place. Jay Johnson was in his office yesterday after I left David's house. So after I left your house, we made a stop at a gas station, and then we went straight home. Jay Johnson was parked. He's at the office. And we had a comment from Jessica last night who said it wasn't spam, and she was right. It wasn't spam. I took the chance. I took the bullet. It was Kate Aaron Beatty, Omar Cerna, all the boys. Strangely enough, Brady Neal in Grand Isle partying up at the rodeo the night before last. So Jay Johnson, who is famous for making his guys practice the day after the Alabama game, is letting his guys go have some fun right now. He's locked in on this draft process, and he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, I mean, he very well could have been at either Derek Ariel or Jake Brown's draft party. They were both on TV having draft parties, and he was instead at the office working phones. And
he could have had an instance where he was like, I'm making the guys come to the box. We're going to have a draft party. I want everybody here to make sure no one gets in trouble. He went, get the kids out the house. The street lights are on. I need to work. I need to get this done.
Yep, with a glass of orange juice.
Yes. Yes. I believe he saw the moon last night. In all the overcast weather, I think he saw the moon.
I think so. I think he's feeling good. So I mean, all right. I'll quickly kind of run through some of the names of the recruits, that are left on the board at this point, and we'll run through them. And let's be clear, like, although there's a lot of these guys that are surprising that I'm gonna read their name at this point, you're not gonna get all of them. We know that, but you've gotten to a point where if you get one or two of these guys that like you didn't think you were gonna get, or combined with what you've already gotten, Jay's cooking. So you got
The roux is already light roux. If you like a light roux, it's ready. But I think Jay want to get that
no, we're going for
dark roux
dark.
right before
Yeah,
burnt.
we're going for dark roux. That's what we do. We stir that roux for an hour around here. Malachi Washington, outfielder. Anthony Murphy, outfielder. Dominic Santarelli, listed as an outfielder. You got Will Adams at first base. Cooper Sides, right-handed pitcher. I'm trying to scroll through. Colby Stringer is another one that was like not sure what's going to happen with how late he rised up. He's a right-handed pitcher out of
Answer a question for me. Answer a question for me. I thought Colby Stringer decommitted. What player decommitted from Mississippi that I'm confusing Stringer with?
I'm trying to think. I mean,
you had one guy that I thought it was Colby Stringer. I could be.
No,
I'm probably very wrong.
It's not Colby Stringer. It was before whoever you're talking about. It was before CJ Weinstein, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. It was not Stringer.
He's not a Tiger. He's not important. I'm sorry. Let's go ahead.
Yeah. So, but some of those names are like all guys that maybe not like Stringer. I don't know. Stringer's just like we can quickly touch on him. He's like almost a mystery because like this late rise, late commit, like it was almost like William Schmidt. Like William Schmidt blew up his senior year, hit a growth spurt, was throwing 99 just out of nowhere.
But he's throwing 99. That's like the wild card.
Right. But like it just kind of came out of nowhere. So everyone just immediately assumed that he's gonna make it to campus, but then like he just kept his ascension going through combine, all that sort of stuff. And like it was on the table as like, I think if Jason was talking about this yesterday, I think if there was a little bit more tape, a little bit more out on him, he'd be gone. I think the only reason why, because MLB teams do not, we've learned that. That's why so many of these guys, like that's how Derek Curiel makes it to campus. They have one little question about his power, and that dropped him on the board. Like MLB scouts and MLB teams they rarely take chances. Like that's why they have these guys all over the country. They try to be as sure as they possibly can. And although Colby Stringer may end up being like a weekend ace and a future first round pick, they're just not sure yet. And it would just kind of depend if somebody, and that he may still get drafted today. It's hard to get in the kid's head, know if he wants to begin his professional career or go to school and try to better himself. But we'll see. But some of those other names, dude, we talked about Santarelli, like a guy like Malachi Washington, like that dude may make it to campus. Like he may legit.
I love Nathaniel Davis.
Right?
I love Nathaniel Davis. I'm not putting down on Nate Davis. Look, dude, I'm happy you're a Tiger. And I know Jason's a little bit higher on Davis than he is Malachi Washington. Something about when I see Washington's tape gets me excited, dude. I see that and I'm like, that's a baseball player. It's not an athlete. That's a baseball player.
Yep. 6'1", 195.
I don't care about the measurables. Just it looks like he gets on the diamond and he's cutting in the VVS. That's all he's doing. The color's clear. It's great. Like that, he is the uncut gem. He is a baller.
Some consider the best defensive, not just defensive, but just as far as defense goes, the best outfielder in this recruiting class.
And can I bring up one thing I noticed yesterday that if you go look at the numbers is kind of telling for multiple reasons, even with the CBA coming up. I remember when the draft was mostly high school guys and college guys would sign after draft.
Yeah.
They are heavy college guys. Heavy college guys right now.
Yep. I think that's kind of what Jay's talked about it from like the incoming freshman standpoint, but the overall point is that there's so much money in the MLB draft now, and that's the difference is that you got to pay some of these guys to get them to go there, and I don't know, it's a good trend for LSU baseball and college baseball in general.
Yes.
But
even with the money aspect, it used to be you paid high schoolers for their prospect or their scouted out their future ability, and you give college guys, what you gonna do? Go play independent ball with Savannah Bananas? No, you're gonna come play Major League Baseball. It's flipped. It's beautiful.
Yeah, love it. I'm trying to read through one of Robbie's comments.
Yeah, which one you want me to pull?
I'm trying to.
I had this one right here.
Yeah,
I had the freshman class ever. So I'm going to stick to the last, say go to 23. And it's hard to say if a class is the best class ever because you need to see them produce out. You need to see them project out. Right now, 24 is looking pretty awesome.
Yeah.
With the names of Milam, Brown, Curiel, Kason Evans, William Schmidt. Well, no.
You mixing too.
Yeah.
But like Kate Anderson, Jake Brown, Stephen Milam, all part of that 24 class. I mean, I know he's moved on, but like even Ashton Larston was really good that year as a freshman. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's hard to project and say if it's the best class, ever at this point. But I mean, it could end up being one of the most hyped classes, like for their freshman year. There's going to be a lot.
Next year's supposed to be better.
Yes, that's the crazy thing. It seems like Malachi Washington is trending towards potentially making it. Again, we got to constantly remind everyone there could be a team today that goes and throws. I don't have them. I think Koki Riley's talked about it. Maybe Jason's talked about it on X as well. Teams that have like the most money, and who signed who and what they may have left of that bonus pool. So there's certain teams that, you want to keep an eye out on if they draft that they could be a guy that can go pay over slot. But it's getting harder. I mean, like Jensen Hirschhorn, he was thought to be first, second round pick forever.
He wanted 5, right?
I'd heard 5, and I think Jason said 4.
He ended up getting 4.
His slot value was $960,000 for the Braves.
Oh yeah, and that's what I was about to say was Rock Chalowski, not Chalowski, moron mouth breather Manfred. Rock signed for 9,
right?
Almost $2 million underneath slot, if not more than 2. So the thing I said this in Jason's chat yesterday. A lot of these guys are signing for under slot. I haven't got a number on Derek. I haven't gotten a number on Jake. I doubt Derek signed for under slot.
No.
I seriously doubt it. LSU guys don't sign for under slot.
Mm-hmm.
We want our bags. Matter of fact, Paul Skeens, Dylan Cruz, you're going to give me more than slot to come. But a lot of these teams have a lot more of their bonus pool remaining. That's the only thing that worries me is there are a lot more money in play right now than people realize.
Right. And that's why we try to remind everyone. There's going to be a couple of these guys that get picked. It's just going to happen. The one interesting difference with the draft this year is that, like in years past, it was just the first 2 rounds on day 1. So like that somebody called it the regroup phase after the second round when they can get back on the phones all night, all morning and start working deals and all that. That's now after the 4th round, so it's pushed that down a little bit, which I kind of like because it felt like you'd get robbed. You'd get through that first day. Well, I mean, like the break between days is almost like you got, you were like, oh, you start to get your hopes up. Oh, you made it through day 1, and then all of a sudden, like 2 picks into the second day, I was like, okay, they made a deal last night. So that very well could happen. You're gonna lose a couple of these guys. You keep saying it, but
I think we don't get Malachi Washington. I think that's a prospect that we just don't see. I know he's leaning towards campus, but he's also a guy who made it very apparent during this process that he wanted to start his MLB. He wanted to start his clock. He's made
Yeah.
it very apparent.
Yeah.
There are guys that I'm not going to name names. I'm going to be a good boy this morning. I'm not going to name names. They're waiting to post.
Yeah.
It could be an instance where they're just kind of waiting on the right time that they're already basically to campus. I'll say one name right now off the top of my head because it's kind of already out there, but he's never declared that he was not going to, really take anything from the draft. Braden Cupid makes that post the other day with the wellness service. They don't sponsor us. By the way, there's 174 of you here. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. But they don't set this NIL deal up with Braden Cupid if he's not going to be in Baton Rouge.
Right. Yeah. And that's and this has been, I tell Jason all the time, like I love like his work with the recruiting is so good. I was like, I reference you all the time. I just want you to know that. Yeah. But again, what Jason's like, he's been saying is that even if it doesn't seem like it's gonna be the case now, things are progressing really well at this point. But even if you lost half the class, like the top half that like you thought you may coming into this draft, the guys that were like always destined to make it to campus aren't slouches. Like they're dudes. Like they're dudes. Like and it's no disrespect to anyone in the last few classes, but that's been his point. It's like you're not just getting freshmen to class that are just part of your like they're legit players, So and Braden Cupid is one of those guys that
this is how good this class is because I believe there's some speculation about Eddie Yaman coming back for this next year. Eddie Yaman may not make the traveling roster. And I love Eddie. I love the Yaminator. This much talent, though. And to get them at bats, Eddie Yaman may be a casualty. Now, do I think Jay does that? No. Jay knows he's a dugout guy, clubhouse guy. He's not going to do that. Yaman has a spot on the traveling roster. But it's going to cut down on Yaman's at bats. Guys like William Patrick, Jack Ruckert.
Right.
Like, he loves those guys. You better get your butt in gear. You better get with Coach Martin, and you better start working in the fall because, buddy, your roster spot there. We were told something about a former player. You're gonna know what I'm talking about right when I say it. Who was promised roster time, and at that moment, there's a certain thing in Jay's office that is ripped. He does not play that game anymore. I think last year he played a little bit of that game. And he just
that you could see he just had like a bitter taste in his mouth, and obviously losing will do that. But there was definitely some more to that, like you're saying.
Maureen bought the orange juice with the pulp. He don't want that. He wants no pulp.
Dude, that's the best. Yeah, I love the pulp. Like we keep saying it. We're not going to get all these guys. Whether we talked about Malachi Washington, Anthony Murphy's a guy I think he's like
what you've been saying. Send me, I'll pull it up.
I don't have any pictures. I was just swapping over to Perfect Games class. I wasn't as super prepared.
I have an idea. I got you. Go ahead.
Murphy's another guy that always just kind of seemed destined for pro ball. You can like watch what these guys post and stuff and like and interact with, on social media. And there's some guys that are, posting the LSU stuff, whatever, like that seem like they're, and I'm not saying that Anthony Murphy doesn't care about LSU or anything. Let me be clear. It's just, he just seems like a guy that's more destined to start pro ball. I don't know. Will Adams is another one. I'm not sure that you get that, like and when I say that, I just think that he's good and like somebody's going to come pay him today. That's another one. Man, I'm trying not to get my hopes up with Dominic Santarelli. There you go. Perfect.
You really can't see it that well, but right here. So Logan Schmidt, he is drafted. He gone. Jensen Hirschhorn, he gone. He chop on. Malachi Washington. I don't think we get him, but buddy, if we get him,
I'm leaning you get him. I'm leaning
you leaning
get
we get him.
Yeah.
So, because like I look at this list, right? And Daniel Davis already coming to campus. Anthony Murphy may so kind of like Malachi Washington, he may just get a number that suits him, and he says, "Hey, I'm gonna go jump into the league. I'm gonna go, start my professional career. No problem there." Dominic Santorelli, I'm leaning you get him. Lucas Naraki, we have him.
Got him.
Will Adams, I'll be honest, I'm not as spun up on Will Adams as maybe David and Jason and Zach are. But so you have any extra information on Will Adams?
I think he's one of the guys that excuse me, you never really thought you were going to get. And it was just kind of like a pro ball destined guy. He's one of the guys I would think that goes early today and probably goes over slot.
You look where he's from. Don't let that Cooper Sides. He's a draft risk.
Yeah.
He's a draft risk.
He is.
Dylan Blomker from Albuquerque. Again, a guy I'm not really spun up on. I'll be completely honest with you. I'll say this. Out of this list, I'll tell you the guys I worry about losing today. I'll be completely blunt with you. We lost Roberson, so he's gone. We may lose, I would say, Stringer, maybe, because he may throw just a number at him, makes him happy. Catchers are loving catchers this draft. I can see Belding, maybe. Really and truly, Will Adams, Malachi Washington, and Stringer, Belding. Other than that, I think we're sitting in the hot seat.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can do this real quick. Sorry, guys. I'm not. Is that better?
Let me swap back. Oh, yeah, for sure.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let me pull that up full screen for me so I can just see it and not have to swap. Yeah, I agree with Will Adams. I would be surprised if he makes it. I think Anthony Murphy's going. I think you would get one of the two outfielders of Anthony Murphy and Malachi Washington. I think you got a better chance at Washington making it.
Really?
I do.
Okay.
So I would think Adams gets drafted today. I would think Murphy gets drafted today. Man,
the Rockies here. Cooper Sides. Cooper Sides is 6'6", 225. That is intangibles. Right. It's hard. It's hard to argue with his intangibles.
Projectability
and pitchability. Jay loves those things, and he's going to work really, really hard. I'm
6'6".
David, turn your head. You're not part of this. He's going to look really, really, really hard for him not to leave.
This quote that sticks with me with Cooper Sides.
Yeah,
was a couple weeks ago. He said he made the comment that he can just go to school for 3 years and become a first-round pick if things don't work out for him in this draft. Well, we're through the first 4 rounds. We're in the 6-figure signing bonuses now. I think Cooper Sides makes it to school.
Can I bring something up? Are you done with this? Or you want me to leave this up?
No, I think that's pretty much everybody. We're just kind of guessing at this point.
So let's talk about Naraki, another guy who recently out of the blue said, "I'm coming to campus." Jay Johnson went to Texas. This is what people. This isn't like football. In football, we go into Texas, we take their top running back, take their top quarterback. It's like, boom, we sunned you, A&M and Longhorns. We sunned you, right? Texas Tech, Cody Campbell. No, not going there. We went to Texas, got the number 1 left-handed pitcher. Oh, yeah, the number 2 left-handed pitcher in Braxton Beatty, right? Who, the more and more I think about it, the more and more I look at it, he's probably in Jay's eyes the number 1 pitcher in Texas. And the Rockies, number 1 athlete in Texas.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we got the number 1 catcher out of Texas. Again. Little brother Texas. Everything must be bigger, but not the budgets. We got you there, buddy.
Just sneaking right through Austin and College Station and going
He
to
ain't
pluck
sneaking
whoever
through
we want.
nowhere. Nate Johnson's carrying a tripod, cuz he just dragging it.
I just want to mention Robbie's last comment about Murphy being 19. That's a good point. That's something I heard. That's something to consider with these guys too. It's what we saw with CJ Weinstein. So a guy like Anthony Murphy is already 19, which draft eligible sophomore. So when you look at a guy like that, like Anthony Murphy, as good as he is probably not playing much next year, like because of what the outfield already is and how deep. Like, so even if he did, like, it's not guaranteed. And a guy that's only thinking 2 years in college, you know, is he going to go to college, you know, and not play for a year and only have a year? Like, because if he's going to college, if he's passing on getting I don't know $750,000 signing bonus, whatever he may get, million, whatever, he's betting on himself to improve that. Well, then you're looking at it, it's like, well, he's really only got 1 year to do it, you know, if he's not getting consistent playing time as a freshman. So that's something to keep in mind too with some of these guys. That's why, like, some of the younger guys, like Colton Brady, you know, who's 17 at this point, he's got all the time in the world. Like, if you don't think, you know, if they don't value him as a first, second round pick, as a 2 million player at this point, just go to school. Look what happened to Kate Anderson. Look what happened to Gage Jump. Look what happened to, you know, even Anthony Ianson. You know, like, you get that they didn't get to first round, a couple of those guys, but they improved themselves is the point.
And I'm going to give me, you, and Zach a little bit of a round of applause real quick, because people say we were crazy. We know what we're talking about. I think the CBA talks are playing a big factor in a lot of these guys coming back. Because a guy like Anthony Murphy, yeah, he's 19. It may not matter.
Yeah, true. That's true.
The super sophomore thing may go bye-bye.
Yeah. That is very true. I'm going to win, you know, something like that.
We'll have an answer by 2028.
Right. Yeah, stick around. Stick around. Try to thank you if you want to close up with some current Tigers that could get drafted today. Not that there wasn't a whole lot of people that you expected to lose today.
Let me see. Let me bring something up real quick, because, you know, LSU be doing things that kind of tip their caps at times for people. Because, you know, what, I'll be honest, I'm not the smartest man in the room. I don't claim to be. I don't act like it. But I can read the tea leaves. And I can do my red strings across the room and be like, I wonder why they had those guys popped up on this page. Let me see right here. Let's do this. This is from the LSU baseball Twitter page. And these are the names, the players they had. Well, it doesn't work like that. On the set to get drafted. And you see right there, already left, Devin Sheeran, Derek Carrier, Jake Brown. They're front and center. I wonder why. Gavin Guidry, Santiago Garcia, Chris Stanfield, Grant Fontenot, Zach Cowan.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. Can I just kind of, I may be somewhat mean right now when it comes to this list. I don't want to be mean, but I'm just going to speak the truth. Guys like Gavin Guidry may not be draft, maybe post-draft signee, undrafted free agent type deal. I think Zach Cowan goes early today. A guy like Santi, I know I've said I believe he's coming back, but the tea leaves are telling me he's not coming back. So I think, you know, a left-handed arm, throws mid-90s, he's probably going to go quick. Grant Fontenot, right-handed arm, not a lot of pitches on his arm. High 90s, probably going. And I hope Stanley gets a nice payday, man. I hope Stanley gets a nice payday. Such a good guy. So much talent that injuries plagued. I mean, this is a guy who I think has the bat to maybe be like a platoon guy in the show, kind of like Josh Smith.
Yeah.
Like, not just a minor leaguer, but like a platoon guy who can get to the show and be a real value add to a ball club.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like a good depth, like don't say end of the bench, but not everyday starter. I mean, and like that would be
Not saying he can't get there,
right,
but
right.
because I mean, we're talking about a guy who led the team in SEC hitting, led the SEC in hitting for 2 years at some point in 26.
Yeah.
After coming back from missing, what was it, 18 days?
This year,
18, 21 days. Yeah, this
more
year.
than that. Yeah, I think it was 20 plus. Yeah.
And didn't miss a beat.
I'm rooting for Stanny. Rooting for Stanny hard. Like you said, I got Zach Cowan, Grant Fontenot, all, and then I think you see a right-handed reliever, primary reliever, get drafted in the 4th round, like Devin Sheeran. I don't think Santee is far behind. I would expect to see Santiago Garcia go within the first few rounds today, and then Guidry. That'd be interesting because he's. I know we've heard, like, we know that he's ready to move on with his career. He's spent a year more than he expected to in college when he came. You know, he's talked about that. If you go undrafted, why not just come back?
I think rain starts clock type thing.
Probably so, but I hope Guidry get a good summer. Hopefully that.
Yeah, no, like I say that just because of I look at the injury and I look at some of the control issues this year.
Yeah. That's
that I'm not trying, like I said, like I think Guidry has the heart. I'll be honest, and I'll make a slight on Jay here, which I don't do. I think he mishandled Gavin Guidry.
Probably.
I don't think Gavin Guidry should have been a pitcher. Like, he was good, and I would take
23.
No, yeah, in 23, I'll take the moment every day of the week. After that. It's hard because you have Daniel Dixon come in, you have Stephen Milam come in. Like, this roster to get it down to, was it 35 guys? I think they have a traveling roster of 35.
It's like normally 35. There's some sort of like exception.
You could have like a
based
43
on,
man or 42.
It's something weird. I don't know I don't know what the stipulations of it was. Koki was talking about that, but as of like they have as of now, like if they're not everybody that's still left on the board, they would have 44 players. So they're looking at having to cut that down. Yeah.
What did Jay said he was going to end up with?
I forgot how many he said he was going to
41 to 43.
There you go. So maybe they don't end up. I hope they don't. I hope it works out for them to where they don't have to like process anybody, something like that. But
I don't think they process. I think they'd have because they have. This. I think a lot of fans don't understand this. You have guys on roster who aren't on roster. Like, it's kind of like in MLB, you have not active or like practice players like NFL.
Yeah,
you have guys who are not on roster who are on the team that kind of like practice guys, and they can kind of bring them up.
That was pretty much Eddie Yama in his first year in 25.
Exactly. So it's like one of those moments where kind of like we love the movie Moneyball around here. When he makes a trade and he goes, "You gotta get out of the locker room. You can't be in here. I traded you." So, I have a question for you, David.
What's that?
2 questions. One, who is the most surprising guy we get and don't get today? That's question 1.
I'm a most surprising guy that you. Man.
I can't ask you easy questions.
No. Most surprising guy you get, I'm gonna stick with Malachi Washington for most surprising guy that you do get. I think it's trending that direction. Most surprising guy you don't get, it would be it'd be a surprise for him to get drafted because he's been expected to make it to campus. Let me know if this is too easy of an answer. Maybe Colby Stringer.
No, not too easy of an answer.
Yeah, I just it's so hard to tell. It's because he's in terms of the guys. Let me look through this again and see if there's somebody that I could see go that I'd be surprised about based on him thinking that he was going to make it to campus. Honestly, I guess because of the comment yesterday, the roomies thing, maybe Luke Tucker. Maybe Luke Tucker's the answer. Like, is it he's on campus and all, and they got granted, like these guys, they'll act as if they're going to school until like an agent calls and tells them, "Hey, we got money," so that could just be that. But I'd say that since he's already on campus, it seemed like he may be sticking around. So I'll say Luke Tucker, but I think you get Malachi Washington.
Awesome.
She's going to get picked 5 minutes into the draft today.
It starts in 29 minutes.
Oh, it starts really?
Minutes. Yeah.
10:30? I didn't realize that.
That sucks so much for me. I'll be in church.
Yeah.
My answers would be this. I think it'd be a surprise get Luke Naraki, and then we lose Braxton Beatty. That's it. It's not happening. I'm joking. We're not losing Braxton Beatty. So, last question for you before we get out of here, David. What should the people at home know about us and you and all your different works you do?
Yeah, I mean, y'all know Go Deep Dive every Wednesday with Zach and I. Zach had better things to do this morning, hanging out like with his family or something, I guess. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. Zach's in town, so he's I think it's his mom's birthday today. So
happy birthday, Mrs. Nunez.
Yes, happy birthday. Yeah, but I wrote 3 pieces last night for And the Valley Shook at like 1 a.m. Had them turned in. I think all 3 have come out this morning. There's a piece on Colton Brady pulling his name. I wrote up something on Devin Sheeran getting drafted. And then I had a full day 1 recap. If you want to go read about everything we just talked about, that's there. I'll be glued to the TV all day today and putting more stuff down on the website as it unfolds today.
If you were following me yesterday during the draft process, me putting out who was what, until I leave church, I'm not going to put anything out. I'm not bringing my phone to church. So go if you haven't, I'm sure you follow David. But if you don't, go follow David, and he's going to keep you apprised of the happenings going on with the draft. For the 232 of you in this live right now, thank you for joining us. If you don't go like that button, you don't hit that like button or that follow button, I'm coming to find you. I'm just kidding. I'm not that crazy. Maybe a little. But do us a favor, subscribe to the channels, like the stream, share the post, get the word out there. We're doing this. We love doing it. We're doing it for you guys because trust me, we'd all rather just have a text chain. And this is a lot of fun for us and we enjoy it. And
we do.
We'll do one quick thing before we get out of here in remembrance of Zach.
Tigers. We're not going to tell him.
There we go.
We're not going to tell him we did that. We're just going to see if he watches the stream and see if he mentions something. This is like his test right here.
He definitely won't. But other than that, like I always do, guys, remember God loves you. All he wants you to do is love him back. Y'all have a great Sunday. Enjoy second day of the draft. I think there's going to be some announcements here soon. That's going to be really fun to hear. I don't know anything, guys. I'm a giveaway guy. But David, thank you for thinking about me this morning. I see that somehow Dylan Cruz leave his uniform at your house because
he signed the helmet on the way out too.
So
shout out to our friend like Cobra 225.
You posted that, and I didn't want to be mean, but I got that deal in that tray.
Yeah,
dealing in that tray.
And a nice pretty case and all that. Yeah, I know. No. You're richer than you got more money than me.
Hobby Lobby, bro, $10. Hey, people are like, you have such a great background. Walmart, $20. $20 for Walmart, buddy. These ain't built-ins. No.
I need to get my wife to get me something off of Temu, some shelves like that.
Walmart, $20.
Paint them up and they look good.
No, they came that color.
Oh, they came black.
Yeah. This is how much of a budget guy I am. David says, "Hey, I need a mic. I'm thinking about spending this. Nope, spend this. You're good."
He did. You saved me like $80. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I would have walked out of Best Buy that day with something I probably didn't want.
They'll be the idiot to spend more than you need to, like me. But again, guys, thank y'all for joining us. Please like the stream, guys. It does more than y'all could possibly imagine. Please like the stream. Follow David Billiot at DC Billiot Jr. on X. Follow Zach Nunez at Zach Nunez TV on X. I'm at Paul Jarrett16 on X and at Walk It Off Talk. Go follow at Go Deep Dive on all their socials. It's no longer Go.Deep.Dive
Dive
on TikTok. I could do it.
No.
You could do it. What's wrong with Zach?
I'm never forgetting that.
And go follow all of our socials. Give us a subscribe. Give us a follow. We're always putting out good information for you guys. Legitimate, good information. Most of the time, I'm just reading tea leaves. But we appreciate y'all being here. Please like the stream. And let's shout out the Kneaux that brings Go Deep Dive to you every Wednesday at 8 p.m. I'm on Tuesday and Thursdays at 6 p.m. currently. Maybe going a little later. Things are changing. Maybe going a little later. And I didn't announce you because you opened it up. The staff writer for And the Valley Strip, David Billiot.
I appreciate it. Yes. Shout out to we since we went through yours. Usually we would be on the Kneaux pages too, but they weren't able to obviously make it go live. But I know that almost Silent Partner shared everything today. I'm not supposed to say his name. He shared everything for us today. So shout out to him for that.
All right. Anything else you gotta say for the people?
That's it. Enjoy your Sunday. God bless. Go Tigers.
God bless. Go Tigers.